Hello everyone, Jeff the Green Review here. The simplest definition of a fruit is that it's the seed-bearing structure formed from the ovary of flowers on angiosperm plants. Things get much more complicated after that. Simple fruits may be dry or fleshy and develop from a single or compound ovary that only has one pistil. Aggregate fruits such as blackberries form from single flowers that have multiple pistils. A multiple fruit such as corn, pineapple, or mulberry are formed when the ovaries of many flowers grow close together in a cluster. A fruit such as the apple, pear, or strawberry that contains tissue not derived from the ovary is called accessory fruit. A dry fruit may split open to release the seeds, it's dehiscent, such as peas, cotton, and iris, or it may be indehiscent and not split open, such as elm, maple, and sunflower. Fleshy fruits have a fleshy part between the seeds and outer covering at maturity. They can be a berry, drupe, Hesperidium, pepo, or pome. A berry has a thin skin surrounding an entirely fleshy interior that contains one or more seeds. Avocados, bananas, blueberries, grapes, and tomatoes are berries. Strawberries are not berries because the seeds are on the outside. Seeds of real berries are on the inside. Strawberries are aggregate accessory fruit. Even the seed of a strawberry is not a seed, it's an achene. An achene is a dry, hard, one-seeded fruit, such as clematis and sunflower seeds. A Caryopsis is an achene, but the ovary wall is fused to it. Corn, grass, and wheat are Caryopsis grains. A drupe has an outer layer of fibrous, leathery, or pulpy material surrounding a hard-shelled pit or stone that encloses the seed, such as almond, cherry, coconut, olive, peach, and walnut. Some drupes are called stone fruit. The Hesperidium is a modified berry that has a leathery skin that is not as hard as a pepo. All citrus are Hesperidium fruits. The pepo is a modified berry with a hard and thick skin, often called a rind, such as pumpkins, squash, and watermelons. The pome has fleshy tissue surrounding a core that is usually not eaten. Apples, crab apples, pears, and rose hips are pomes. Try this at home. There are many types of dry, simple fruits. See how many you can find in your home or landscape. An achene, a capsule, a Caryopsis, fibrous drupe, follicle, legume, loment, nut, nutlet, samara, schizocarp, and the list goes on. What does this mean to me? Some plants, such as apples, produce a few fruit if there is limited pollination and self-fertilization, but produce more fruit if there is pollination and fertilization from a different source of pollen. Some plants produce seedless fruit without pollination or fertilization. This is called parthenocarpy. There are several variations and methods to developing parthenocarpy. It's how we get seedless bananas, cucumbers, eggplants, figs, grapefruits, oranges, persimmon, pineapple, squash, and tomatoes. Seedless grapes and watermelon develop seeds that abort while small, which is called stenospermocarpy. Gymnosperms do not produce fruit, so they do not have nuts or berries, since these are specific types of fruit. There is no such thing as a real pine nut or juniper berry. Another, what's this mean to me? The ability to self-pollinate is very important when growing fruit trees. Trees take up a lot of space, and often the grower wants to try more than one kind of fruit. If the kinds of trees you want require cross-pollination, then more trees of the same species but different cultivar need to be planted, taking up more room. For example, apples have very few that are self-fruitful. Even those that are self-fruitful will set more fruit if cross-pollinated. Crab apples can be used as pollen source. The botanical difference between an apple and a crab apple is that apples are bigger than 2 inches in diameter. And that's it. So how about peaches, nectarines, and apricots? Some are self-fruitful and some are self-unfruitful. Some are not good pollinators of others and should be avoided. For pears, Anjou and Bartlett are partially self-fruitful. Better crops come from cross-pollination. Some pear varieties set fruit parthenocarpically, that is, without fertilization. Plum, some are self-fruitful and some are self-unfruitful. There's a difference between blooming time between European and Japanese varieties that make cross-pollination difficult. All sour cherries are self-fruitful. Most sweet cherries are self-unfruitful. Some varieties are cross-unfruitful. Cherry varieties bloom over a longer period than most fruits, and crossing must take that into account. Citrus trees used to be mostly self-fruitful, but newer varieties are often self-unfruitful. Seedless citrus trees may produce fruit parthenocarpically, and if cross-pollinated, the fruit may have seeds. It will help indoor citrus trees if you have a small paintbrush to pollinate the flowers. And this is Jeff with the Green Review. Thanks for watching.